Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. EU reaches deal on budget and recovery package analysis. http ntvforex.com News ID 624,063/89/2024-2027 PM Market movers today with a final deal struck on the EU budget and the recovery package. Investors are likely to scrutinize the package to look for the finer details such as the resulting distribution and the share of loans versus grants among member states. Although an agreement has been reached, we do not expect any major moves as the price action yesterday suggested that a lot has already been priced in. NBSP developments in the number of new COVID-19 cases remains a mixed picture, with the US still seeing a high number of new infections, although, for example, things are brightening up in Arizona. Equity markets, however, do not seem to care much. An explanation for the latter may be that investors no longer expect a sharp rise in new cases to be followed by nationwide lockdowns, and that a few companies have put forward positive initial vaccine test results, increasing the probability that a final product can be ready in the beginning of next year. NBSP selected market news last night. After 4 days of negotiations in Brussels, the 27 heads of state government constituting the EU Council struck a deal on the multi-annual financial framework EU's budget for the years 2021-2027 totaling Euro 1,000 billion, as well as a temporary expansion of the budget for the years 2021-2024 Next Generation EU, where grants will make up EUR 390 billion of the entire package totaling EUR 750 billion, corresponding to EUR 200 billion through the Recovery and Resilience Facility. Yesterday morning it was reported that the frugal countries would accept a final compromise if the amount of grants made up no more than EUR 390 billion, and yesterday evening EU Council President Charles Michel came forward with a new proposal entailing exactly such a split of grants versus loans. The proposal included efforts to bridge the gap between demands from especially Dutch Premier Mark Rutte, namely that the funds must be intended for long-term structural improvements of the affected economies, and the southern European countries having voiced concern that such demands could risk introducing a slow-moving bureaucratic process, implying a delay of the funds reaching the real economy. The incentives of the frugal countries to agree to a deal was further increased by the proposal containing rebates for said countries plus Germany totaling Euro 52.8 billion under the new 7-year budget. With the deal now in place, the final distribution among member states becomes key for markets. Italy is, according to Bloomberg, likely to receive grants worth EUR 82 billion, which is actually in line with our expectations under the initial proposal back in May before the watering down of the share of grants had started. See Next Generation EU, a landmark for European history, May 27, and should be seen as positive. The EU Parliament is expected to ratify the deal later this week. NBSP updated ECB PEP holdings showed that the ECB last week increased its gross holdings by Euro 20.5 billion, corresponding to Euro 4.1 billion of daily average purchases. This is in line with a purchase rate implying end June 2021 holdings worth Euro 1,350 billion, which corresponds to the size of the current PEP envelope. NBSP. Read the full article. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://mt5.expert.advisors.